April Fool's Day is fast approaching, and I can't wait to see what kind of April Fool's pranks come out of Denmark. Danish girlfriend, who doesn't like to be seen or heard, says there's always an April Fool prank that will give you a good chuckle. Like last year, TV2E ran a story that reported the city of Holbæk announced that in an effort to transition to green energy, the municipality will now extract power from electric eels. Enough for 3,000 households. That's a lot of electricity, and that's a lot of eels. The city calculates that they will be able to put these households on eel electricity by 2024. In another report, the North Jutland Police writes on its social media site that due to the rising prices of pepper spray, the North Jutland Police have been forced to substitute salt spray. Just be careful if you're a social demonstrator and you have high blood pressure. Another report comes from a news organization in Sæby claiming that flying cars were now a reality and were going to be tested in the Sæby town square. We have succeeded in ensuring that Sæby will become the first city in Denmark to have flying cars. In another story, TV2 Nord reports that an increase in nude bathers has caused the flatfish to lose their spots. That's right, lose their spots. According to one maritime official, the sight of a nude bather scares and stresses out the flatfish so much that they lose their spots, which do not come back once they are lost. There have also been reports that correctional services have begun to open unmanned prison on Saturday. In a press release, the Norwegian Correctional Services will open the country's first prison without staff. Upon arrival at the prison, inmates will scan themselves in with a QR code. In other news, Denmark's Meteorologist Institute, DMI, has started to hire arthritic patients. Arthritis patients can feel quite well in their knees when rain is coming. Upon hearing DMI's announcement, the Danish Gout Association said that if DMI's project is successful, they will consider expanding it to gout patients. In another example of an April Fool's joke, even celebrity chef Klaus Meyers got into the game when he posted on his website that it's not just butter chicken and buns and curry that you can find on this supermarket shelf from Meyers. His company is now unveiling a skincare range based on organic Danish legumes, where all products can be used both in the skincare routine and in cooking. After dealing with food all my life, Klaus Meyers stated in a press release, it is really fun to transcend the raw materials to a new industry, and especially our new night cream is excellent both for the fine lines on the forehead and as a spread on a piece of sourdough bread. In another report, a city council member sent out a press release on Friday, March 31st, that stated the town of Malmö, Sweden was reducing the town's residents' electricity rates by 50%. The residents were absolutely ecstatic. Who wouldn't be if your electrical rates were being dropped by 50%? But then when they found out it was an April Fool's Day prank, they were livid. Not because it was an April Fool's Day prank, but because it was done on March 31st, the day before April Fool's Day, which only goes to show that Danish people, Swedish people, Scandinavian people take their April Fool's Day pranks very seriously. And if you're going to make a prank, you should do it with a certain amount of integrity. That's what I miss being in the United States. I wish this country would take some pride in their April Fool's pranks. Though the problem is, if they did pranks like that, who would know that it was a prank? Because it seems like with so much fake news in this country, it would appear that every day is April Fool's Day. If Orson Welles were to broadcast his War of the Worlds today, it would probably be taken more seriously today than it even was back when it was first broadcasts. And there would be probably some counties in the United States where the residents would hold themselves up in their homemade bunkers and not come out for 3 months. Now that actually would be funny. So I am prepared to laugh at something Danish this April Fool's Day. Now I admit, saying I'm prepared means that there'll be less of a surprise. So the bar is a little higher, and that's what makes April Fool's pranks in Denmark such an art form. Thank you kindly.